Number 5, hit the pavilion and the supplier parties. Duh. I know that sounds like, well, why wouldn't you do that? Of course you would. But it's not just because of the free booze and the food, although I got to tell you something, man. Europeans can entertain way more better. Way more better? Is that a phrase? Way better than Americans can. You'll find those encounters, those parties, those mixers are a great way to extend the conversations and the talks you were having in the booth space where maybe it was a little bit more structured. And the other thing I found out is you will run into more American colleagues that you live pretty close to. And yet now you've both traveled this great distance and you're getting to spend some time together at a IFAS pavilion or an EDPA pub crawl. And you find that you like each other better. You have a little bit more in common. You're sharing this international experience. That's a fantastic thing. And you'll also find that some of those digital LinkedIn contacts that you made, that you connected with in order to build up your street cred, well, now you're getting to see them face to face in person. Okay. Now you know them. And it's going to be hard to not take their phone call when you've sat at an 18-inch bistro table drinking Japanese whiskey and taste testing a 3-course food meal. It's worth it. Number 6, if you get a shot to be a presenter or an in-booth a speaker, absolutely take it. I'm fortunate, guys. Public speaking is part of my job description as an association guy and as a C-level executive. It's never intimidated me. I've done it for decades. Here's a tip. If you're going to do it, only talk about things that you know. Do not get up there and get roped into talking about, Elizabethan poetry. But I watched several colleagues at EuroShop this year leave their comfort cocoons of anonymity and really put themselves out there on a panel and as a presenter in a booth. And to a person, every single one of them slayed it. They were fantastic. So your credibility soars with the general population at a show when they see you out there. You feel better about yourself. You carry yourself differently. Again, it's a great thing to do. Number 7, you want the home court advantage when you've traveled to another country to participate in a show? Here's a tip. Get to know your taxi drivers, your hotel staff, and your restaurant servers. I was in Dusseldorf for 8 days. Our hotel bartenders and our morning breakfast concierge knew the names of all of the EDPA people that were staying at this hotel. And by day 3, they knew the ingredients of my omelet every morning. They knew what my favorite adult beverage was. They were recommending things for us to do at night when they'd hear us talking about what are we going to do for dinner. It was terrific. They were like family. And I promise you this, when any of us are in Dusseldorf, ain't none of the people that I traveled with and we're staying at this hotel, we will never stay anywhere else other than that Courtyard Marriott in Hoffen. It was a great experience. Also, 2 of my taxi drivers, great young business students. One was a wannabe stockbroker from Iran, and he was studying his ass off. The other one was a budding entrepreneur. He had his own business, and he was from Turkey. Fascinating discussions with these 2 young men. Great stories, both. Okay, and I ended up connected with one on LinkedIn. The other one reached out, connected with me. We're now on the gram together. So personal network extended even further. Check that box off. Number 8, and lastly, can creativity be recharged? We were having this conversation one morning there at breakfast. The answer is absolutely. It could be supercharged. And here's how we did it. Look, if you walk around any trade show, let's face it, it's pretty cool and you're going to get an energy boost. You're going to see beautiful exhibits. There's grand format graphics. The messaging's cool. The products are cool. It's always going to give you a little bit of a rush. But if you want to take away from a show deep, sustainable inspiration from a business event like a EuroShop, you got to embrace all the things that we've been discussing here today. The travel experience, right? The foreign land. Okay. The human encounters, both planned and unplanned. I'm not going to mention that drunk guy in the 6-foot pink bunny suit from the last time I was there. And there's a photo floating around out there about that, which will probably prove why I'm absolutely going to never be elected for public office. But I digress. Get out there and meet the locals. Talk to the people that you're encountering. not just the business people. Guys, it's the whole package of the experience called EuroShop that's going to make your event meaningful. That's what's going to give you the energy and the sustained lift to come back and inspire your own business teams. If you're an account executive and you went, then you learn lessons about building strong relationships. They were everywhere. If you were an owner or a business leader, you saw 100 different ways that you could inspire your own people, right? By sharing a new way of building something, or delivering something, or exciting them with a new product of some kind. That's what you came back. And if you're a service provider of some kind, you made a ton of new contacts. There's no question that you did. And you broke bread with clients and prospects alike. And even some of them that live very close to you. And I guarantee everybody had that experience. It's funny. We had to travel all this way just to make deeper friendships with people that we see and work with every month in the U.S. trade show business.